Now we're about to go to the point of doing some product planning, some differentiation planning based on the age-old concept of strategic planning. Now the strategic aspect of this simply means that instead of starting from where we are right now and guessing what will happen in the future, we create the future by identifying the end result of what it is we want to accomplish. So as you can see on the strategic planning slide, the far right ball is where, and then when, whom, how, and now. And these are just sort of guidelines that you might want to use, and I'd like you to take a few minutes and actually create that in your notes. And I'll show you an example of what this might be like. Here is a vision statement that we've taken from an actual value chain visioning session. And you can see there that the writer is imagining that it's February 2015, roughly 3 years from now. And the description is of the state of the business relative to the product at that point. So in a sense, it's a picture of the future, specifically for that particular grass-fed beef. What you've done is you've started the process of marketing strategically by identifying your marketing objectives, which is described in the upper left-hand block. This is really simply what it is we want to accomplish 3 years from now. And we're not going to take the other steps today, but we just very briefly mentioned the process stream. The next step would be to strategize. In other words, to select the rules that you're going to use. One strategy, for example, might be, I am going to build this new product without incurring any debt. That's a strategy. That's a rule that you've set for yourself on how you're going to proceed. And you may want several or a dozen of these strategies, these rules of the road. You'll next move to the actually implementing your strategies, and these, of course, become tactics. And at this point, when you start to actually take action, you'll find that things may not be exactly the way you thought they were, and you may have to massage your goals and objectives and adapt. And of course, using the tools that are provided within the marketing process, which are things like advertising, pricing, promotion, and items like that. And then the consumer market gets a chance to actually put your ideas to the test. And this is really what you want to see. The only true test of any new idea is in the marketplace. I know it's in a lot of people's minds at the very beginning. People that invent things believe deeply that their particular gizmo is the answer to all of mankind's ills, but unless it's tested in the marketplace, you really don't know the truth about the needs or the wants for that particular product. And then, of course, at the end, you get your outcome by watching, by monitoring, by measuring the marketplace to see how those consumers and your customers have reacted to your new ideas. The next step we're going to take is being more specific. We're going to set some goals that are meaningful or relative to the vision statement that you previously wrote. So what I'd like you to do is select, by imagining yourself putting this vision into practice in the real world, I'd like you to identify some of the things, hopefully you can get 3 or 4 of them, that need to change in order for your vision to actually become real at 3 years from now. Now here's an example of the step 2 goal setting that relate to that grass-fed beef vision statement that you've seen before. So there are 3 goals. Number one, registering the Healthy Steps beef with the trademark office, something that this person would probably want to do so that no one could use that very unique name. And a goal is always better when it has a due date, a best before date. It helps you commit more to the job ahead. So the other two are have labels designed and printed by April 15th, and finally identify and approach 4 more retail stores and persuade them to take on your product by the end of May. So there we have Food Marketing 101, which will give you a strong foundation on which to build your product marketing plans. There are, as you know, there are 3 additional workshops in the future.